thanks for stopping by. I'm Debbie Quain, Creative Weddings for Living, and this is my weekly wrap up. So, a few things I wanted to share with you on weddingsforliving.com. Recently, we held our monthly live wedding planner chat, which happens the first Saturday of each month. So April 5th was our most recent one, and the replay, the audio has been uploaded. So you can find that at weddingsforliving.com/367. 367 is the episode number. And during our live chat, we talked about several things, including a wedding planner who was concerned that she's having great initial consultations with her prospects, following up with a comprehensive proposal, but not hearing anything back. So we all sort of chimed in as to what she might be doing, what she could do to possibly switch that around. We also I shared that I heard back from a wedding planner who on an earlier live broadcast had said that she was going to be hosting her own local event for brides, and she shared with me her feedback and how everything turned out. So if you listen to episode 367, you'll hear, some of the tips and what worked for her and some things that you could potentially use for your own local event. Local events are really great for getting attention for your business, but there's a lot of work involved. So, it's a major thing to take that leap of faith to do that. Okay, what else is on weddingsforliving.com? Oh, yes. So I recently created an article called 3 Steps to Making Money Performing Wedding Ceremonies. So if you're a wedding officiant, I am, and have been since 2003, it means that you can marry people. You can perform wedding ceremonies in several of the states in the United States here. For the most part, there are a few that I know offhand that I cannot, but locally, I can perform a wedding ceremony, and this is a great way to get your foot in the door with a wedding business. It's an easy way to make money for just a couple of hours of work. But what I really share in the article that I think you'll find interesting is that I don't actually promote my services as a wedding officiant. Instead, what I do is I add a few other services: photography, flowers for the bride, boutonniere for the groom, food via a caterer, and I package it as a one-stop wedding shop. So what this means is that couples who want to get married and maybe don't or just want a lower cost wedding or a last minute wedding I can help them out. I can provide them with all of the main stuff, the photos, the food, the flowers, the authority to marry them, and then they can fill in the bits and pieces. So although I am a wedding officiant, I'm taking my wedding planner skills and combining that to provide that service. So becoming ordained, which is what you would have to be in order to do what I'm talking about, is relatively easy. You go online. It doesn't mean you have to have a congregation or anything like that, and you can become ordained just like that. Now, I'm not sure if that's something you're interested in or not, but it is a great way, and you'll get a lot of foot traffic. Because the thing is, when you're trying to get started, you want to build the momentum. And the more weddings and the more couples that you're involved in, you're becoming more ingrained in the local wedding industry, which is what you want. So check out that article on weddingsforliving.com, 3 Steps to Making Money Performing Wedding Ceremonies. Okay, so any videos, including this one, are on YouTube. So you can, feel free to subscribe. I'd love it if you would at youtube.com/weddingsforliving. You'll see there aren't that many videos, but I'm working hard on changing that. And of course, if Weddings for Living, you can always sign up to be on the email list, which is a good thing. So then you'll know when there's something worth saying, I'll share that with you. I promise not to bombard you or share your email or spam or anything like that. And you can always, unsubscribe from the list whenever, if you feel like it's not, if you feel like the information that I'm sharing is not for you. Okay, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, yes. So recently, I stopped by a class that was being held in my area, hosted by the Institute of Wedding and Event Design. I hope I'm using the right acronym. You can learn more about them at iwedglobal.com. So iWed Global actually has been a guest on the talk show for wedding planners we did. If you do a search on Weddings for Living, you'll see. So what they do is they provide this hands-on class, this wedding and event design course, for 5 days. You go in, they come to your area. You see when they're coming to your area, you sign up, and you learn hands-on, centerpieces, draping, backdrops. As you can see here they were doing these sort of like mandaps/huppahs. And they bring all the fabric, they bring all the props, and you get to try hands out. They show you how to set up your business, how to market your business, how to price your services. So everything that you could need if you don't know, even if you do have some idea about wedding design. As you can see here, it's all about technique and being familiar. It's very hands-on. So don't be thrown off by color combinations or anything like that. It's about trying to pick fabrics and getting your vision across. So as I said, they travel around the country, the US, Canada. I think they're actually heading into Australia now, if I'm not mistaken. So check out iwedglobal.com. I also did an interview with one of the instructors whilst I was there, and I'll be posting that. It's an audio interview. I'll be posting that sometime in the very near future on weddingsforliving.com. So just wanted you to see what goes on. I think they're doing a class as I'm recording this. This past weekend in New York. So I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. I know they did New York. And just go onto the website and you can see when they're coming to your neck of the woods if it's something that you're interested in. They also have an online version of... So I think once you sign up, you get access to some of the courses and some of the techniques online. So great. I met some of the students there who are actually listeners of the Confetti Show. Oh my gosh, I felt so great when people said, "Oh, I know who you are." But sorry, but it was great to be there and see. This is my second time stopping by and looking at the what's going on with the class. Wedding design is very popular for a lot of brides and grooms, but I will say this: you've got to be careful because you as a designer have some great things that you want to share with your clients and potential clients, but there's a cost involved, and a lot of times what the clients, usually the bride, wants doesn't always fit in with a budget. Not always, so you just got to keep that in mind. But again, the class is there for you. It's another resource. Check that out at iwedglobal.com. Okay, last but not least, let me pull this up for you. I wanted to share something that I saw on Fox Small Business Center. And it's all about this position created by the W Hotel in New York. And it's a social media wedding concierge position. What do you think that means? Social media wedding concierge. So for $3,000, couples who are having their wedding can have someone whose sole responsibility is the social media aspect. They'll do the live tweeting. They'll add pics of the wedding as it's happening to Instagram and the Vibe. Even going as far as promoting the use of a hashtag for the couples. If the couples, hashtags are all the rage. As you can see, if you look through the article as I'm scrolling through. So you have this one person that's dedicated to getting the social media aspect of the event, in this case, the wedding, across. Now, I know and you can't go to an event without seeing people using their mobile device, or their iPad or whatever, taking pictures and, sharing that information. Some couples don't want that. They don't want their guests to to share that information, and they'll make that known. And as a wedding planner, that may be part of your responsibility to sort of disseminate that information. But if they don't want to do it that way, they may then decide, well, we'll just have one person that's going to be our social media guru, and that person will determine what goes out to the rest of the world. So the thing is, don't be thrown off by the price, $3,000, because the average wedding in New York, we're talking about the $70,000 price range anyway. So when you think of it that way, it's not that. It's all relative. But what I really like is the concept. Now, I've mentioned wedding concierge as a service for your wedding business before. I believe it was on the Wedding Business Guide, which is the blueprint, the online blueprint that I created that shows you how to get your day of wedding planning business off the ground so that you can get started in the wedding industry. But I wasn't thinking of social media. I was thinking strictly of having a concierge that is there for your clients and the client's guests to rely on, whether it's, finding about information, what they can do in the air if they're here for the wedding weekend, taking care of other bits and pieces. That's where I was going with that. Social media didn't even cross my mind. You can see that's clearly not on the top of my list, right? But what I the reason I'm sharing this, besides the fact that it was, wow, so novel, is that when you see concepts like this, I'm hoping it's going to trigger something for you as to how you can apply that to your business. Could you create a social media wedding concierge to your existing services? Or could you just become the social media wedding concierge in your area and promote that service? If social media is what you do and live for and have that, figured out, then this might be a service that you could offer to area brides. Now, I don't know if you can command the $3,000 price range. You might be able to, but you can do that you can do the same thing, as long as it's in proportion to what folks are spending on their wedding. So something to think about. I'll post the link on the weddingsforliving.com website. And you can, as always, I want to hear your comments and feedback. Either post your comments in the comment box under the article, or you can call in on the talkback line, which is 202-681-2126. Leave your message, and I'd love to share your feedback either during one of the roundups like we're doing right now, or just, I'll verbalize what it is you said if you don't want me to replay your audio. So just something to get the creative juices going. All right, but that's all I've got. As always, I want to wish you love and success. Please check out weddingsforliving.com, where you can sign up to be on the email list. And as I mentioned, Weddings for Living is on YouTube, youtube.com/weddingsforliving. And I'm trying desperately to add more videos so that I can hopefully help you with become a phenomenal wedding planner and run a successful wedding planning business. Take care. I'm Debbie Quain. Bye-bye.